The last time there was a 170 plus returns in the elections was in 2015 when the RJD and the JDU came together, and that tie-up was formidable because the caste bases came together and
MGB had 114 last time. This time they are minus about 10-15 seats.
See, the 140 number seems very credible to me because on the ground, from my colleagues also who had travelled and who were travelling in interior, JDU had a lot of goodwill. Nitish Kumar had a lot of goodwill, but there was a feeling for BJP that they had no good state level leaders. There was no affection for their current lot of leaders, and there was also always a lot of doubt whether they would try and take on the Chief Minister's chair if voted. So it could happen that JDU's strike rate could be better, and that could be reflected.
Could it emerge as the single largest party?
Number two, I also want to say that in terms of whatever I have spoken to people after the first phase of polling, there is an apprehension about Jan Swaraj, about them cutting into votes, especially in urban areas among young people and young upper caste
we'll see about that.
people.
But
so,
that
is one thing that needs to
fundamental issue is, and Rahul Verma, please weigh in on this. Last time the NDA was 125. It was 3 above 122, which is the halfway mark. If all of these polls are right, you're basically looking at the NDA having expanded its voter base. If you have to go from 125 to at the very minimum 140 or at the outer end 170, which means you've added new voters. Who are these new voters?
The LJP
maybe
guys
not, 38, 39 plus 5 or 6% of LJP is already
so
45.
The LJP is the only differentiating factor.
Well, it's a big factor, right? Like it alone gives you a 45% sort of like range.
Then Upendra Kushwaha's outfit was not with these people.
Last time,
there are voters who have not voted the last time have come on because the voter percentage has gone up. No, there is a significant jump. So there were voters who may have refrained from voting the last time around because they were disenfranchised at that time.
Bihar is the youngest state in India. There is a youth bulge in Bihar. It may mean that younger, we'll have to see the data. We haven't seen the data yet.
It may also mean
the new first-time voters are.
It may also mean that
it
may also mean that 60 lakh people who had voted in Lok Sabha are not voting in this election.
No, but 60 lakh people.
So half of them are dead. More than half of them are dead. 60 lakh people are dead.
No, 60 lakh people did not vote. They were part of the voter rolls, not necessarily that they voted Rashid Tibai.
I mean, potentially, anybody who's in a voter list.
I request you to frame your sentence very carefully. They didn't vote there, sir. They were part of the voter rolls.
How do you know? If you are in a voter list, whether you voted or you are not voted,
that's part of the voter rolls.
I am just pointing a
Sir, the largest number of voters
what I'm saying is
remove deceased voters.
Absolute number of voters may have come down overall, but the absolute number of voters has also gone up because the rise in percentage is disproportionate to that. But you're saying something.
The absolute number of voters, according to the EC figures, the only thing that they haven't revealed is how many of them were so-called Ghuspetiyas. But the fact is, a large number of them were deceased voters or voters that had left the state. That was around 85% of the voters that have been excommunicated from the voter rolls. So I'm only stating a fact.
No, in double engine ki sarkar, how can there be so many Ghuspetiyas?
No, but they've not revealed the Ghuspetiya.
We are digressing. 80% of them were.
But what does that tell you? Why have they not revealed the number of illegals?
Look, why are you putting me in a situation where let's talk about the most definitive issues of this election.
But the larger question, Sandeep ji, if you were to look at it, does the NDA show that they can manage alliances better? The BJP show that. Does the BJP realize what are the factors and they're ready to course correct faster than the MJP does?
I think it's clear if these numbers hold that the NDA's alliance chemistry has been much more effective. It's important to highlight the fact that if these numbers hold, the two principal parties within the NDA, the BJP and the JDU, have done well. And on the other hand, in the Mahagathbandhan, it may well be that the RJD continues to do as well as it did last time, but its partners within the alliance, especially the Congress, has been the weak link, and that has contributed to the Gathbandhan being where it is in the exit polls that are seen. So if what the exit polls show us actually shows up on Friday also, then it indicates that the alliance chemistry for the NDA has been very, very effective, and the alliance coming together in the Mahagathbandhan had its serious challenges.
Well, we're waiting for the vote share projections. The vote share projections would also make the difference because the last time around it was less than 2%.
The vote share is very important. If you have a 4.5% gap, and I've seen a couple of other polls now on social media, and they seem to be projecting a 4.5% gap. And if you look at the new voters that have come in, that's a very significant jump. And that shows that if you're winning every constituency on an average by 4.5–5%, I don't see why you wouldn't be crossing into a territory that's suggestive of a sweep rather than just a plain and simple majority. It'll be like, the elections that we have seen in some of the other states.
No, but then what does that mean in terms of management? Look at this, when the BJP is its weakest in 2024, between June 2024 to November 2025, some of the most landmark decisions have been made when perhaps the BJP at the center has looked the weakest. At a time when perhaps they wanted the likes of Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar to back them, and if they pull back support, the BJP and this NDA will not stand. But look at how they manage both CBN and also Nitish Babu in this. If they have helped Nitish Babu become the strongest ever in the recent times.
We have the individual party breakups.
We have the individual party breakups. We'll try and put that up also in terms of the individual party breakups. Just checking if we have those numbers up. So, okay, in 30 seconds, yeah.
So, in the NDA, the BJP is projected to get between 55 and 65. The JDU is projected to get between 60 and 70. So it's likely, certainly according to the News 18 poll, the JDU will be the single largest party. It'll have more seats than the BJP.
What's the JDU numbers are?
The JDU is between 60 to 70 and the BJP is between 55 to 65. So that's a significant bump up for the JDU. The harm is between 0 to 5. The LJP is between 10 to 15. So he's again at a strike rate of almost 50%. If he gets 15 at the higher end out of the 29 that he contested, that's almost a strike rate of 50%. On the other side, in the India alliance, the RJD is projected to get between 50 to 60, which is down about 15. Even at the higher end of 60, that's down about 15 compared to the 75 that they had last time.
But Zach, on the numbers that you're doing for the NDA, if you look at the mean of both the BJP and the JDU, they by themselves are enough to get
past the halfway mark.
Yes, just by a whisker, but they don't even need the others.
But interestingly, the Congress, and everybody has sort of been talking about the Congress and how badly it's doing. If you actually look at it, they got 19 last time. Our News 18 exit poll is suggesting they'll get between 15 to 20. So even if they fall, it's pretty much in the territory of what they got last time around. The CPI, ML, CPI, all the left parties put together between 10 to 15. The VIP party is projected to get 4, which is
what they got last time.
Which is what they got last time as well.
But so this, Zaka, is...
Sorry, 0 to 5, sorry. So it could
Zaka,
be it could be more or less.
The Network 18 exit poll, if the numbers hold, is an exact replication of, pretty much it says that nothing has changed since June 2024. Because you're looking at 50 to 60 seats for 60 to 70 seats for the JDU. The JDU won about 72 assembly segments last year.
So the JDU did better than the BJP last time around as well, in the Lok Sabha.
Exactly. The BJP won 68 in the Lok Sabha. This time our projection is 55 to 65, so pretty much the same number. The RJD seems to have done better because the RJD is 50 to 60 in our projection.
Yeah.
It won 36 segments in 2004. The Congress is 15 to 20 and it won about 12 segments in 2004. So pretty much, and the new factor is LJB, of course.
Yeah. No, so also Nistula was asking about the JSP. So the News 18 exit poll projects that the JSP, Jan Suraj, will get between 5 to 10 seats. You think that would justify
Let's just check if
debut? I mean,
so I think
okay, we've got the party-wise numbers. We'll try and look at the party-wise numbers. I'm going to get up and see if we can get the party-wise numbers as far as the there you go. NDA takes the lead, but the numbers as we put out. Phase 2 exit polls, NDA not just 140 to 150 seats, but we want the party-wise breakup and talk about that because within the NDA, the JDU emerges as the single largest party. But overall, as far as the News 18 mega exit polls, who's the single largest party? Is it the RJD or the
JDU?
The JDU. So the JDU becomes the single largest party. And that means Nitish Babu and the JDU are firmly established. There were many who were saying, is the JDU going to dissipate? Is it going to break away into multiple factions? Who after Nitish? The survival, etc.
I have to say this. I've just been corrected by our pollster. JSP is 0 to 5. not 5 to 10. 5 to 10 would have been a big
Jan Suraj
splash.
Party 5 to 10 would
Yeah,
have been a
but
big
it's 0 to
splash.
5.
It's 0 to 5. So Jan Suraj Party is 0 to 5. Yes, Rahul.
So I want to make one point on why, even if the Rahul Shiv Shankar, if there is a 4% lead, it may not turn into a sweep, because like that 4% sweep does not, 4% lead does not mean it will hold in every constituency. Seat conversion always depends on the distribution of votes. So it is possible that an MGB is able to convert seats in some concentrated pockets, and that might be Seemanchal. So constituencies that have sizable, say, Muslim and Yadav population, which might be touching somewhere in 40% or 50%,
They will be.
They are much more likely
So that's
to
what
be.
Rajiv Rudy was also saying.
So-
There's
so
70
that's one.
seats where
Huh.
MY
Yeah,
My
is.
point
Now-
was
now we
Rahul
have this
Verma-
breakup at the
one
bottom of
second,
the screen.
Rahul
Ji, ji,
Verma,
yeah.
my point was that a party like the RJD, which is a cadre-based party with very definitive vote banks, if they are not being able to breach a particular vote share despite their very strong concentrated support, then there's a problem.
Because
And that's
get
why
the
I
floating
feel,
voter, no?
that's why I feel that there might be actually a runaway for the.
no, but see, I think, like, again, on this number, why this is a possibility. The second thing which is happening is that BJP is losing seats, right? BJP had last time 74 seats, and this time the projection is from 55 to 65, which means someone is picking up BJP's vote and bringing their strike rate down. And so here,
It could be
JSP
the
might
Jan
not
Swaraj.
be actually winning
Yeah.
seat,
Yes.
but
But it's
actually
actually hurting.
chipping up
Jan
the
Swaraj.
So
votes.
rather than hurting the RJD, it is actually hurting
It
the.
may be hurting both.
It is
It may be
always
hurting
to
both.
help
It may be hurting both.
NDA.
Look at the Congress party, 15 to 20 seats. Now, so 19 seats, they were confident of retaining those 19 seats. That doesn't seem like happening. They hurt the RJD also in this case overall. The BJP are happy to play second fiddle in Bihar because they've literally, virtually, the JDU is resurrected. So far they said, who after Nitish Kumar, what's going to happen after Nitish Kumar. Now JDU emerges as the strongest party in Bihar, almost close to, much ahead and much better. Does that not mean something, Rashid Kidwai, as to who's managing their allies and alliances better?
See, Anand, it's a alliance that Congress and RJD had gone in. There were a lot of sort of corrections were made in the intra-alliance ticket distribution, etc. Many of the contests have been between BJP, JDU, and Congress. It's not that Congress is versus HAM or versus LGP. So these are the sort of contradictions are there in this. So it's not the weak versus weak. It is the strongest versus weakest kind of contest.
Meanwhile, the
yeah.
voting percentage, the
Yeah.
voting turnout is at 68.52%.
Yeah.
This is at 7 p.m.
So last time, first phase was 65, this
Yeah.
phase is 68, so
Rahul,
roughly about 66,
Rahul, you may recall
67.
in Madhya Pradesh also what happened. The BJP went on to win with a bigger margin over the incumbent government, and they won with a so to say landslide. So if there is an incumbent government, and if there is very little, that's what I'm saying, opposition can do. If people have more and more faith in a chief minister, then obviously that person is going to win.
No, but
Rashid,
that
I
doesn't
would
mean
like
you
to-
just give up.
I
it's
would
not
like to
giving up.
remind, I would like to tell Rashid about his own article that he wrote recently on reflecting on Zohran Mamdani and what the Congress party could learn or the opposition could learn, which is to build a political program around what people are worried about rather than lecturing them on what they should be worried about. And maybe that is an important factor in building up
absolutely.
a opposition fight back.
In Kerala, in Assam, etc. In Bihar, basically, it was Tejashwi's election. The entire politics revolved around Tejashwi. If Tejashwi has succeeded, the Congress
If
would
it was,
have been
if it was,
Then why
no,
was
no,
it
suddenly,
faulting
if
and
it was,
faltering?
sir, if it was
Failing.
Tejaswi's election,
Yeah.
then shouldn't Rahul Gandhi have done what Tejaswi wanted him to do, rather than
Declare
him going and pushing this entire vote chori bogi?
No,
He-
also
no,
declaring him
declaring
early.
He didn't want
Declaring him
they were not
early
even
as chief
campaigning
minister.
together towards the end. They were cancelling each other's rallies because people didn't want to see Rahul Gandhi there at all. So the Congress was not adding value. It was actually
I saw
serving.
one survey where
Mamdani is
the
a new
difference
face.
between the
Who is Congress's new
difference
face?
between
Priyanka Gandhi
Rahul
was a-
Gandhi and Narendra Modi was less than 10%.